What's up, guys? In this video, I want to talk about my La Liga predictions for the remainder of the season, specifically for two teams, Real Madrid and Barcelona. Since realistically speaking, they are the only two sides who can win at this point. It is now a two-horse race for the La Liga crown of the 2016-2017 season. Atletico are too far behind. They're 10 points below both Real and Barca on 68 points. Barcelona leads the table on goal difference, or I think it's head-to-head, I'm not sure. But both Barca and Real have 78 points each. So I'm just going to go match by match with the remaining 4 or 5 fixtures, give a prediction for each of them, tell you how many points I expect both sides to finish on the table. But I'm not going to give specific scoreline predictions for each game because that's almost impossible to get correct. I'm just going to tell you if I think it's going to be a win, a draw, or a loss. So let's start right away. I'm going to jump right in. Real Madrid against Valencia. You know, I thought that when Real lost at home to Barca in the El Clasico meetup that it was going to discourage them, sort of demoralize them, but they bounced back right away very strongly against Deportivo. They smashed them 6-2 on the road. I think they're determined to stay within striking distance of Barcelona. They don't want to fall behind. I think Real gets a win here against Valencia. Espanyol against Barcelona. Barcelona's on the road. I'm picking Barcelona to beat Espanyol. It's a road game, but it's one that they should beat. They should win comfortably, I think, by at least a couple of goals. So that would take both sides to 81 points, respectively. Okay, the next fixture is Granada against Real Madrid and Barcelona versus Villarreal. I think Tony Adams' men, his Granada is just too much. I expect Real Madrid to rout them. A very comfortable win here. Real goes to 84 points. Barcelona against Villarreal at the home. I think Barcelona should be the overwhelming favorite to take that, to keep the race tight at the top. Both teams go to 84 points each. This is where it gets tricky, guys, because I think Barcelona and Real Madrid are going to drop points somewhere along the line. I don't expect either one of them to win all of their remaining games. That's just not going to happen. Someone's going to slip up. At least one of them will. I think both will. And this is where I think it happens. Real Madrid against Sevilla and Las Palmas against Barcelona. Sevilla is one of the best teams in La Liga. I think they're in 4th place right now. They're very well coached. Jorge Sampaoli. They're in great form. It's astounding to me how they didn't beat Leicester to get into the Champions League quarterfinals. To this day, I will never understand how they weren't able to put it away. No disrespect to Leicester, but Sevilla really were the better team. They should have gotten into the quarters. But anyway, I think Real slips up here. I think they drop some points even here at home. I think Sevilla is good enough to get a point from this fixture. I think it's going to be a draw. I do think that Sevilla are good enough to even pull off the upset, but I'm going to go with a draw to be safe. I think here that Real would go to 85 points. And then the other game, Barcelona against Las Palmas. Barcelona's on the road. Barcelona had some trouble earlier this season with Las Palmas. They're one of the teams in the La Liga table that gave them a lot of troubles that were not Atletico or Real or Sevilla. And Kevin Prince Boateng seems to be really motivated heading into the final stretch of this La Liga season. And I just think that I could see Barca slipping up here. And I think they will. They have to slip up somewhere. I think they slip up. It remains a tie after this match day. Both teams on 85 points. Now, this is where Real Madrid have the advantage, because Real have one extra match day than Barcelona. They have 5 games remaining in total. Barcelona only have 4, and I think that this game between Celta Vigo and Real Madrid, where Barcelona has a resting day, I think Real Madrid is going to realize we need to take full advantage of this. Otherwise, our chances are going to dissipate. They're going to go away, and Barcelona will become the overwhelming favorite to win the Champions League if Real don't get the maximum 3 points from this fixture. They absolutely must do it. This is where I think the Champions League is going to title race is going to be decided because of the fact that Real have an extra game. Celta Vigo on the road, I think Real will win that game, taking them to 88 points. And heading into the final match day, I still think that this game will be, the title will be up for grabs. I don't think it's going to get settled before the final match day, not just for the sake of drama, but also because it is so tight right now that you just get the feeling that it's going to require the full 38 games to determine who's the champion of Spain. Heading into this final matchup, according to my predictions, Real would only need a draw to win the table. They're sitting on 88 points with Barcelona's 85. They play against Malaga on the road, whereas Barca play against Eibar. Eibar is a tough game. They're not necessarily a great team, but I heard the expression once used by a match commentator, playing against Eibar is like biting into a rock. And they're a very frustrating side to play against. I think a good comparison would be that they're sort of the Greece of the La Liga, which is pretty funny. But you have to expect Barca, who needs to get a win here, will do so. They're at home anyway in their final game. Barca playing at home in their final game, not winning. It doesn't belong together in the same sentence, in my opinion. I think Barcelona win this game. They go to 88 points. But guys, the Malaga game on the road for Real, I think that's another tough game for Real. I could see them slipping up. I don't see them losing it. I think they're going to get at least a draw, and that will put them at the top of the table, thus making Real Madrid the La Liga champions. And just for drama purposes, I'm going to go with a draw here, which would bring Real Madrid to 89 points to Barcelona's 88, thus making Real the victors of the table at the end of the season by a single point. So there you have it. Those are my predictions for the remainder of the La Liga. I do think that Barcelona's sort of last-minute surge, reclaiming the top of the table after many weeks of Real leading it, is not going to last very long. I think it's going to be very, very close until the end, but I do expect Real to ultimately vindicate themselves on account of the advantage of the extra game being played, and I do think they're just narrowly going to win the Liga season. So there you have it, Real Madrid, 2016 to 2017 La Liga champions. Leave a comment below, like, subscribe, comment. Who do you think is going to win the title? Do you think Barca is going to maintain their momentum and go on to lift the trophy? Or do you think Real is going to come back? Or do you think Atletico is going to pull off an upset or something, which is looking very unlikely? So thanks for watching, and as always, see you in my next video.